Want to know the name? Devil May Cry.
Before Devil May Cry became a household name, it really nearly fell apart. And then came Devil May Cry 3. Part prequel, part reinvention. Devil May Cry 3 wasn't just a return to form. It was a fucking warning shot to the rest of the genre. A reminder that action games could be deep, challenging, and endlessly stylish. It gave us the Dante we still talk about today. It gave us the fucking GOAT Virgil, and it gave us some of the most intense, expressive combat ever to be put on a screen. Welcome everyone, my name is Harley, and let's get into the deep world of Devil May Cry 3. To understand Devil May Cry 3, you kinda have to understand what came before it, which goes for everything of course. The original Devil May Cry, released in 2001, it was a surprise hit. Sharp, stylish, and brutally fun. I love Devil May Cry 1 by the way. But then came Devil May Cry 2. A sequel that looks the part, beautiful designs by the way, but played like it was missing its soul. Dante was mute, basically anyway. The combat was slow, and the fans were just confused. So Capcom hit the brakes, brought in Hideaki Itano, who had joined partway through DMC2, and gave him full control. Full control. The goal? Make Devil May Cry feel alive again. For those who don't know, Devil May Cry 3 is a prequel. It gives us a Dante who's cocky, loud, and impulsive. He hasn't faced real loss yet, and he hasn't really grown into the legend that he becomes. From the very first cutscene, as you can see, you know this isn't like the Devil May Cry 2 Dante. Bro's eating pizza, talking smack to demons, and smiling for every fight. And yet, underneath it all, he's searching for a purpose, for identity, and for meaning in a world built for violence. Devil May Cry 3's version of Dante is so fucking cool, man. I hope one day Capcom decides to remake this game, because it's so good. And I think this version of Dante will look really good with today's graphics. It'd be incredible. Incredible. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting. As most of you probably know, Dante isn't alone in this game. Devil May Cry 3 introduces Virgil. Now Virgil is Dante's twin brother, his rival, and I guess you could say his mirror. For example, where Dante is chaos, Virgil is control. Where Dante jokes, Virgil will just fucking slit your throat. He does not give a shit. Their dynamic fuels the game's story. You're not just fighting demons, you're fighting a legacy, blood, and belief. And when they clash, especially in those boss fights, you fucking feel that. You feel that. Now these dudes, they're not just two cool characters, they are literally two worldviews with blades drawn. And they rip each other apart until one of them is down. Which never happens, by the way. None of them ever go down. It's crazy. Virgil is more than just the antagonist. He's like the yin to Dante's yang. He's the embodiment of what Dante could become if he embraced the cold, calculating path of power. While Dante acts on impulse, Virgil is all precision and restraint. Someone who believes that strength and control are the true paths to peace. Now Virgil's presence is felt throughout the entire game. Not just as a rival, but as to mirror Dante's inner conflict. Where Dante runs from his past, Virgil just completely embraces it, seeking power through his demonic heritage to prove his worth, and ultimately to save the world by dominating it. For Virgil, power isn't just an option, it's literally the only way. At the heart of DMC3 is the style system. Before missions, you choose how you literally want to fight. So you've got Trickster, you've got Swordmaster, you've got Gunslinger, and you've got Royal Guard. Trickster is for movement, so faster movement, faster dodging, stuff like that. Swordmaster is for melee mastery. Gunslinger is for like ranged flair, you can do tricks in the air and stuff like that. And Royal Guard is more, you can literally become like invincible if you learn how to use it properly. Each style transforms how you approach combat. It's not just about dealing damage, it's about self-expression. And when it all clicks, you're not just surviving, you're literally performing. And also, if you didn't know, in later versions of the game, it would let you like switch the styles on the fly, pushing the combat system into an even more dynamic type of territory, which is extremely fun, by the way. Now, alongside DMC3's great style system, along came a more challenging DMC game. So let's talk about the difficulty. DMC3's original North American release, it launched with Japan's hard mode as the default mode. Like, holy shit. The result, a game that punished new players instantly. Like you ain't having fun. You are not having fun. No style switching, few checkpoints, and bosses that hit like fucking trucks, dude. But that challenging aspect, it kind of became part of the game's identity. And if you stuck with it, learned the systems, and mastered the timing, you weren't just playing better, you were becoming better. And I think that's part of the fun, and I think it's so great. In hindsight, the difficulty wasn't just a bug, it became a feature. A point of pride for the community, if you get me. Like the DMC series earned its reputation for being hardcore. And DMC3 proved that difficulty could be more than just a barrier. It could be a tool for self-expression. And once you broke through that wall, it stopped feeling like punishment and it started feeling like absolute fucking power, man. Like once you started mastering them combos and you started getting like a actual combo scheme going, you were becoming like a lore accurate Dante, and it is so fun. It is so fun. Anyways, a year later, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition was released, and it fixed the difficulty balance. It added quality of life tweaks and made Virgil a playable character, and that is what did it for me. Now Virgil doesn't have styles because he doesn't need them. His moveset is simple, but it's razor sharp. Like, he has the Yamato, Beowulf, Force Edge, and each of these hit precise, cleanly, and just absolutely devastating. Playing Virgil is like playing an entirely different game. It's like playing a rhythm game where timing is everything, and emotion is buried under pure technique. Virgil is so fun. DMC3 wasn't just a return to form. It was a template. It laid the groundwork for everything that came after that. For example, DMC4's style switching, or DMC5's hybrid characters, and the whole generation of action games that just wanted to match its energy. It was so good. But most importantly, DMC3 gave the franchise its heart back, its swag, its soul. It gave us a Dante worth remembering, and a game that still stands as a gold standard for character action. It had a ripple effect, and it reached far beyond Capcom. Platinum Games was founded by key former DMC developers, and their debut title, Bayonetta, is practically a spiritual successor. You can literally see DMC3's DNA in a lot of things, from Ninja Gaiden to Metal Gear Rising, and even indie titles like Ultra Kill and Hi-Fi Rush. All of these owe something to the foundation DMC3 laid. It was a balance between depth and spectacle, where gameplay isn't just about efficiency, it's about fucking style. Devil May Cry 3 didn't just fix a franchise. It taught us that action could be art, that failure could be fuel, and that style isn't just how you look, it's how you play. For those who stuck with it, who got back up after every you died screen, who chased that elusive triple S rank, DMC3 became more than a game. It became a rite of passage. And nearly 2 decades later, it still stands as one of the most influential and most stylish games of all time. If you've never played DMC3, just go in expecting a challenge. But know that every single death teaches you something, and when you finally get that S rank, you'll understand why this game is still talked about today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look back at DMC3, give it a like for me. Subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what was your favourite moment and what boss fucking broke you. And if you play with Rebellion or Yamato, just remember, it's not about how fast you win, it's about how cool you look doing it. I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye bye.
Devil May Cry.